Ladies and gentlemen, the international news of this May 7th, 2025 is marked by the growing tension that has just arisen between India and Pakistan. India and Pakistan had problems. These two states have experienced a very, very severe escalation. The most recent one was in 2019. But on the night of May 6 to 7, we are witnessing an unprecedented resumption of escalation. While India says it is not an escalation, the reality on the ground proves that we are indeed facing an unprecedented escalation. So, it must be said that on the night from Tuesday to Wednesday, last night, India launched an operation they call Operation Sindoor. They launched the operation which, according to them, aims to combat terrorists who are based in a camp in Pakistan. India, which was seriously relying on the weapons purchased from France, particularly the highly praised weapons, the French fighter jets that are highly praised, known as Rafale jets, for which even France had doubled its production. The aircraft in question, on which India was heavily relying, has shown its limitations in Pakistan. As you can see in the image, the Pakistani authorities have reduced these planes to scrap. 5 planes. At the moment, we do not know exactly how many Rafale jets there are. According to some reports, we are told there are 2 Rafale jets, these French planes. Others tell us there are 3 Rafale jets, while some even say that all 5 planes were Rafale. So ladies and gentlemen, in this video conference, this is what we are going to discuss. But before continuing, I ask you to share this video conference. Share it as much as possible. Share it as much as possible and give it lots of likes. So what needs to be said is that, obviously, the conflict, the escalation between India and Pakistan is ongoing. But what happened last night has exposed France, because these planes, which are invented by France, have just been exposed, have just shown their limits. One wonders what the thoughts are of these different countries that have already signed contracts to purchase these Rafale planes with France. So let's delve deeper. India announced on Tuesday evening the launch of Operation Sindoor. I don't know if we should say it resembles the Russian special military operation in Ukraine a bit more, but this operation is called Sindoor. And as part of this operation, India struck infrastructures described as terrorist infrastructures in Pakistan. So India has struck. New Delhi claims to have not targeted any Pakistani military objectives, and assures that its actions are not intended to escalate. So India reassures that those they targeted in Pakistan were not military objectives. So this means that in return, Pakistan should not strike India. India says that their action is not aimed at promoting escalation, but rather they targeted terrorist bases. But in reality, does Pakistan accept this? Do the Pakistani authorities accept that there are terrorist bases in their country, terrorist bases within their borders? That's the question. And the immediate answer is no. Because if the answer were yes, the Pakistani authorities would not have engaged in a standoff aimed at shooting down the Indian fighter jets that entered Pakistani territory in search of terrorists. So then Pakistan launched missile strikes on Indian territories as well. In response, Pakistan also launched missile strikes on Indian territories. According to preliminary information, the Pakistani air defense shot down 5 Indian planes, including 2 Rafale fighters. Islamabad later revised this number to 5. Initially, they had said it was 2, then they revised it to 5. Indian media report that 12 terrorists were allegedly neutralized. This is according to Indian media, and that 5 to 5 terrorists were reportedly injured during the strikes in Pakistan. Pakistan, on its part, announced that 26 people were sent to eternal rest, and 35 were injured in the Indian attacks. New Delhi reports 3 cases of eternal rest from shots coming from Pakistan. So, on the other side, there were cases of being sent to eternal rest. Thus, on the side of Pakistan. On the Indian side as well, there were cases of being sent to eternal rest. So, it begins between India and Pakistan. Nothing is going well anymore, and we don't know. I personally don't know what's behind this. What powers are coming into play again? Since their most fervent wish is to always see geographical regions in conflict. So, we will have more information as time progresses. So, the problem in this matter is that France is one of the biggest losers. France has just lost doubly. And since the Rafales, for which France invested a lot of money in communication, and they praised the merit so much that countries placed orders with France. Today, it turns out that these Rafales are useless. So, and thus, the images of the Rafales are being burned, are circulating widely. Today, you have several countries, such as Brazil, Egypt, Qatar, and even Greece, nervously looking at their contracts signed with France and wondering, if they really bought something that will be useful to them or not, since they are witnessing the first demonstration of these fighters, these Rafale jets, on the side of New Delhi, on the side of Pakistan. So France is extremely exposed. And this is yet another setback for France. This will greatly impact the French economy. So, ladies and gentlemen, regarding Operation Sindoor between Pakistan and between India and Pakistan, we will continue to monitor, and we will see, what is really the basis of this situation. Everything that will result from it, we will come back to discuss it here on the platform of Awakening of Consciousness. But in the meantime, I ask you to share the video conference as much as possible. Share it in all the groups.